When Ford debuted the Ford Bronco, it was one of the most successful product launches I had ever seen. The amount of reservations that came in with that allowed early receivers of the Ford Bronco to get near 2x their MSRP, and with Ford now offering existing reservation holders $2,500 to switch the model or trim level, it seems like the Ford Bronco is still in its prime. But I wanted to find out for myself, so we took it to Carmax. And while your car is getting appraised by the appraisers over at Carmax, that was probably one of the most difficult sentences I've ever had to say. You have about 15 or 20 minutes, which gives you just enough time to walk around their lot. And I love going around the Carmax lot because the diversity in this dealer's lot is always outrageous, because it's not a one-make dealer. And in fact, one of the largest wholesalers. You can go from a car like that GX460 to this 2019 Porsche Cayenne. This is the brand new generation, one of the best SUVs you can get for $52,900. This thing is fun, this thing is beautiful, this thing is tech forward, and then you go from this to a Forester Wilderness. Right? These cars just came out. Some Subaru dealers don't even have this, and yet Carmax does, because they got a Forester for $38,000. But because of how much vehicles they have, you can actually see this Wilderness next to a regular Forester. And again, that's something that you probably can't even do at your local Subaru dealership. But then you go from that to the Mitsubishi Outlander, a Nissan Rogue with 3 rows that looks like it was designed by Citroën. While I haven't driven one of these vehicles, the new Nissan Rogue drives fine, so with the interior and the spice that the Outlander provides, I'd probably go this route. For 35 Gs, you're getting a lot of SUV. They go from that to a RAV4 Prime. Again, this is another vehicle that some Toyota dealers don't even have, and for $55,000, you can get the hottest plug-in hybrid on the market. These RAV4 Primes can do over 40 miles on pure electric before switching, and they're fast to boot. One of the weird things, and let me know if this is actually stock, this car has louvers. There's no way Toyota sold this car with louvers, right? But then, because it's Carmax and they have immense levels of diversity, there's a freaking Juke Nismo on this lot. But not just any Juke Nismo. This thing's a manual, which means it's front-wheel drive, but it's more fun to drive than the all-wheel drive variant, because if you get that car, you're forced into CVT. But I can't even think of when the last time I saw a Juke Nismo was, just like I can't even think about the last time I saw a Focus RS was, and then I can size compare it to an ND, which is right next to it, for $29,000, and the Focus RS is $33K still? Wow, that's crazy. But where else are you going to see a Miata next to a Focus RS without having to talk to either of their owners? And then you get to see a Smart 42, which was next to all the other cars that we've seen to date. When's the last time you've seen a new generation smart car? This is $16,000, one of the best city cars you can buy. And this newer generation that we got here in the States is actually decent, unlike the first generation of these cars. You can get these things for stupid cheap, and all of those vehicles are next to an Elantra N. This car just came out. Hyundai dealers are struggling to have them in stock, and yet Carmax has one, and they have one for $33,900. And it's in the performance blue, right? You're getting a little bit of a sense of the diversity that's here. It's crazy, right? We started off with a Lexus, we went to a Porsche, we went to a Subaru, we went to a Mitsubishi, and now we're at the Hyundai Elantra camp, and it's an N model. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, T, why do you care about a Chrysler minivan? Because it's the pinnacle trim with the frickin' pillows, okay? So we go from the sportiness to the comfort back to a Fiesta ST. Remember these cars? And this one's on aftermarket Sparco wheels, which I would probably take off and have a house fire at your house so you can burn them because they're horrible. Holy 26 grand? 26 grand? Are you... I mean, that's outrageous, but, oh, hold on a minute. So as they were doing an appraisal on my car, I saw this in their lot. Now, this is an Area 51 base model Bronco, just like mine. And because it's Area 51 instead of black, the plastic that's on the base model is a lot more noticeable. I actually don't like that. I prefer the black on mine. But this makes me excited because I also noticed that this car's manual. It's a 2022 Ford Bronco, just like mine, 2.3 liter manual with 5,000 miles. That's nearly double the mileage, but it's for $46K. So I'm starting to get excited, okay? Because 46 grand is almost $13,000 over sticker, and it feels like CarMax might be paying the big bucks. The sticker on my Ford Bronco is a touch over 32,000, so we might have hit the lottery. This Outer Banks is going for 60 grand, and it has 7,000 miles, and that is a lot over that car sticker too. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe things will go well, and my appraisal will also be high. As you can see there, here is the appraisal offer from CarMax, 34 grand. 34 grand. So even though they had the equivalent car in their lot with more miles, they offered me 2,000 over sticker. So these cars are still selling for a premium, but you better get out while you can.